Hey everyone, welcome to the best US Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 28th of July, 2025, and that means tomorrow the American Silver Eagle with the Army Privy Mark is going to be shipping. And remember, they don't charge you till it ships, and make sure you have some cash money in there, because if you don't, well, guess what? They're going to cancel your order. That's right. And there'll be a whole bunch more available. And will they lift the household order limit at that point? I doubt it. Now, before any of that, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach a bazillion subs. It's actually a really big number. You can look it up. It's ginormous. Also, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what I'm not going to say. Now let's bounce over here to moneymetals.com to check out these spot prices. So gold's up 45 cents. Basically, it's flat. All right, to 33.50.25. Silver down 3 pennies to 38.33. Platinum up 4.15 to 14.24.45. Palladium up 11.25 to 12.64.65. And good old Dr. Copper over here is flat at 5.78 per pound. Down here, you're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $6.49 for the quantity 139. They got you paying $44.81. Now we're going to look at the buyback. That's the sell to them price. It's near $40. It's $39.56, and that's definitely above the silver spot price at $38.33. Now let's pop over to the United States Mint's product schedule, and there it is. That's the one dropped on June 13th. That was a Friday the 13th, and that's the American Silver Eagle with the Army Privy. And now I got to tell you, folks, the mintage on this, yeah, it was 100,000. All right, and it's bullion. So this is going to be the very first bullion type 2. That's the reverse right there you're looking at. And I got to say, that's kind of a big deal, right? And now you might say, well, Stacker, you got that wrong. Well, there is the uncirculated American Silver Eagle Type 2. That's the lowest minted Type 2 in both categories, uncirculated and the proof. But there you go. And that's quite incredible, folks. And this one is actually almost gone. We're talking about the uncirculated 2025 American Silver Eagle out of West Point, New York. Yeah, almost gone, so. Had a stated product limit of 90,000, and it is still add to bag. However, I think there's probably just a few hundred left out of this grand total, and that's not a whole lot. It really isn't. Now let's go over to this item. Now it says here it's expected in-stock ship date is Tuesday, July 29, 2025, and that's the same day the Texas American Innovation coin drops. And I got to ask, if they're both shipping out the same day, if you had it on subscription, you couldn't get this one on subscription, but the Texas AI dollar, which one's going to make it to your front door faster? The Army Privy marked American Silver Eagle or those AI coins? That's definitely a question worth asking. But really, I mean, if you look at this piece, it's not bullion. Those bullion coins had a mintage of 500,000. We're talking specifically the American Silver Eagle from last year with the Star Privy mark. Now, there was some coins that were pretty, there were some coins that were pretty valuable out of those, and they were the first of the 50,000 of the 500,000, right? Those were kind of expensive, and it caught everybody kind of off guard. And then, remember when the bullion dealers and everybody started learning about the Eagle Privy, people jumped on that one too, but those prices were a little bit higher than the Star Privy mark, and those also had a grand total of 500,000. Now, if you take those out of the slab, well, of the first 50,000, if you take one of those coins of the first 50,000 of each, the Star and the Eagle, it's just a regular piece of bullion that is in that 500,000 total. Now, what makes this special? Like I said, its mintage is super low, 100,000. Okay, we haven't had low mintages like this for quite some time, and it is limited, no doubt about that. But like I said, this is the first proof, type 2, at this low mintage right here. That's incredible, and it's the first proof, I believe, of the type 2 that has a privy mark. That's right. I remember the last time we had a privy mark on an American Silver Eagle that was proof, it was the V75 coin, and you've seen that one. That one's pretty expensive as it is. Now let's keep on keeping on here. I think I had another page I wanted to show you. There you go. Yeah, this is the other one. It's type 2. That's the type 2 reverse right there, and it has a limited mintage of 90,000, although it is the uncirculated. And did you get one of these? Well, I imagine these are going to be pretty pricey going forward in the future, and there's only a few hundred left. Now let's keep on keeping on. This is LCR coin, and you won't believe the prices that you're going to see here. This is $995. That is a CAC Proof 70 Deep Cameo, and it looks like it was maybe signed out here on the back. $995. This one here looks like it's signed as well. That's $995 as well. That's from NGC. NGC. I really like this one with the soldier's silhouette there with the sunset or the sun rising, actually. It's pretty sweet. Now, let's keep on keeping on. We're going to go over to JM Bullion. So this is JM Bullion's, and this is raw, folks. What they're selling it for is raw, $282.35. And I got to tell you, bullion dealers, well, they're no schlubs, if you know what I'm saying. They know what these are worth, and they're selling for $282, almost $300, and that's incredible, especially if you use the credit card right there or PayPal, $294.11. Yeah, that's a good bit of money. And also, there's other dealers here online. Check this out. This is Littleton Coin Company, and this is the 2025 American Silver Eagle U.S. Army 250th Anniversary Show Pack. And I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. Yeah, but they have some really cool secondary packaging, as you can see here, but it's missing, yes, indeed, you can see it there, an Army Privy mark. So this is the 2025 American Silver Eagle U.S. Army 250th Anniversary Show Pack, and we can go here and we can see that there is no mint mark, and that's bullion, and the price is $69.95, and it shows here, salute 250 years of the U.S. Army, the nation's oldest military branch, with this beautiful uncirculated 2025 American Silver Eagle in Littleton's exclusive show pack holder. And they did a fine job. If you look at that reverse of that, that's really sweet. And the obverse right here is pretty sweet as well. And I think that looks like Andrew Jackson right there. Pretty sweet. It says here, established on June 14, 1775, the U.S. Army has fought to preserve freedom since the days of the American Revolution. Struck in 1 ounce, 3/9 fine pure, lustrous, uncirculated condition. Holder showcases the majestic Liberty walking obverse and striking landing eagle reverse. The front of this patriotic show pack holder features a collage of U.S. Army images, and the back displays a member of the Army valiantly waving an American flag. So, let me ask you, I mean, this is kind of incredible. It's kind of cool. It's definitely innovative. But do you think people could get confused and be like, yeah, I want to get that 250th Army, and then see this and then, hey, I bought it. Whoops, you know. So that's kind of an interesting thing, but it is pretty cool. I got to say that. And it's all about presentation, right? And that's a nice presentation. Now let's go over to PCGS. I want to show you a little something. Here we are, PCGS, and we're under population report. And we don't have any new information here on the 2025 West Point Proof ASE with the Army Privy, but I can tell you this, all of the ones that are graded, 50 plus 40 is 90, plus a 10 is 100, plus another 100, you're looking at 200 total. It's right there. Each and every single one of them is in a Proof 70. Now, I have to find out, and you should know too, what is the ratio between the 70 and the 69? And I think that we can kind of get an idea over at eBay because they have some filters over here. And I have it here, 2025 West Point American Silver Eagle with the Army Privy. I can clear all in a second here. I have price shipping highest first. But if I do this, let's go ahead and put newly listed to see what the demand is right now. So this sold just yesterday at $202 at 15 bids, $8 delivery. That's pretty solid. That one has the West Point Cadet, $420, and a buy it now, $425. So the 70 in a graded format is still, that's good money for something that cost $105 with what, $40 grading. Yeah, you made some decent money, even if eBay and PayPal take their fees from you, right? $395 there, $395 there, and that's NGC and that's PCGS. It's incredible, but we are looking for the ones that are ungraded, the raw. So this one's the last one. It's $240, $269 there, $425, $269. Wow, look at that on the 25th. I may have shown you that already. $169 with $10.50 delivery. But really what we're looking for are the ratio of 70 to 69. So here it says Proof 70 is 25 of them, and there's 69 right there, and then that's 10. So a 35 total, 10 a third basically. You're looking at a Proof 69. And is that the real ratio? No. Does that give us a clear idea what may be happening? Not necessarily. So I'm going to clear all, and we'll see over here. Now look at this. The ratio really gets skewed over here. Look at that. We got an 8 and a 5, so 58 here. All right, out of those 58, about 25 of those are in a Proof 69. Now, there could be multiple sales, all right, going on here, and that could be, just listings, right? Just listings and not the number of sold. But if we are at this ratio, I would say this coin is definitely going to be in a condition rarity. And if you did pick up one on a proof 70 that was slabbed, congratulations if this rings true. I think you've done really well for yourself. And I think that might send the prices soaring in the secondary market once these coins are shipped. And remember, once they do ship, they're going to charge you. So you make sure you have money in the bank, because if you don't, these are all going to go back into, back into the general pool for other people to purchase. And we know from the mint sales, it's ebb and flow. I mean, they two steps forward, one step backwards with the sales. It's been really remarkable to watch this thing play out. And will the United States Mint learn anything from this particular drop on that Friday the 13th? With the Army, from the Army Privy Mark all the way to the Marine and Navy Privy Mark. So this is a big deal, folks. This coin's a big deal. I think even the bigger deal will be the Marine Privy Mark, because it is struck in Philadelphia, and there hasn't been a proof American Silver Eagle struck in Philadelphia since 2000. I think from 1993 to 2000 is when they had those proof eagles struck there. And then there was two other instances, 2006 and 2011, but that was a reverse proof, and that was part of an anniversary set. So this one is a standout to me, is the Marine Corps Privy Mark American Silver Eagle, and that drops later on this year. And I'll show you here. I'll give you, I think there's a date on that, actually. I mean, why wouldn't there be, right? Because they know when the Marine Corps is having their birthday. Yowza. And there it is, fall. Yeah, and what's funny is, don't we already know when the Marine Corps came into existence? And don't we know when the Navy came into existence? Yeah, that's also interesting. And what happens out of this San Francisco strike for the Navy? What happens if the San Francisco Mint closes? Will everything from San Francisco be hoarded and gobbled up by collectors, investors, and numismatists? Quite possibly. Absolutely. Why not? So there it is. I just wanted to give you the lowdown on some of the prices and the ratio of proof 70 to proof 69, and remind you, hey, if you have this on pre-order, and pre-orders, or rather, back it up. If you have this on back order, that's awesome. Okay, it's when it's canceled, that's when it's a bummer in the summer. And remember to stay cool out there. It's brutal out there. So this one's got 7 bids. 850 delivery ish, 141.50, and it's got, I don't even know how much time left. It is a new listing. This is 235 raw, 250 raw, 229, 255, 295. That's a proof 69 ultra cameo. Typically we see 269 for that one. But look at that. And you know what? Let me just put 69 in the, okay, out of 127, 40 of them look like they are 69. I'm going to go to the highest price 69 on here. Bingo. What are you looking at? $2.99, and that's a first day of issue from PCGS. And there's another one there. That's Pinehurst. That's Modern Coin Mart. Are these the same companies, do you think? I don't even know. $2.99 there, $2.99, $2.97. I dig that West Point Cadet, but the one I really like is the silhouette of the soldier. Look at that one. That's a new one with the salute. Yeah, there it is. All right. I've yammered for way too long on this. Multiple. I could have ended a minute ago. Let's see. Let's go to those plus ones. I'm kind of dragging still from last night. I went to bed really late. I think it was like almost 11 o'clock. I went to bed, say 5 o'clock. So that's, I'm running on empty. Now here we are at the plus ones. Bingo. This is Proverb 13, number 7. It says here, some pretend to be rich and have nothing, but others act poor and have great wealth. And you've seen it. I know you've seen it. It says here, both these types of people are not to be followed. One is spending what little money they have to pretend to be rich, and soon will be impoverished by their own foolishness, while the other won't fulfill their obligation to give to the poor and the needy. I've seen millionaires with lots of land, lots of rich homes, dress in t-shirt and jeans, and that's not a bad thing. And do they pretend to be poor? Not necessarily, I would imagine. But I have seen other people who are not well off, dressed in, all these imitation, counterfeit, designer, this, that, and the other, pretending to be rich. And well, I mean, if that's, I mean, you got to ask yourself, what are they trying to project, right? Think about that. What are they projecting? Because let's face it, when somebody is wealthy, people think that they're smart and successful and they know what they're talking about. Is that what they want? That kind of respect? Like, oh man, let's look up to that person because they know what they're doing. They're rich. They have all the answers. They must know because they've got money. Well, maybe they don't have money. So I think what this boils down to is that we shouldn't look at the outward appearances of people thinking that, hey, guess what? This is somebody to be followed. Well, it's not, and you can't judge a book by its cover. I mean, this means so many things. And this last part, yeah, while the other won't fulfill their obligation to give to the poor and the needy. And I have made an obligation. I promised God, I was like, hey, you know what? You make me a successful real estate agent. I'm going to give a nice big fat portion of my proceeds of what I make over to homeless shelters and specifically um, food banks. Now let's keep on keeping on. I'm telling you, I'm dragging today. It's terrible. All right, I've yammered for way too long. This is the Hollies, Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress here at 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. It's kind of a cool song, and it's even a trippier album cover there. I thought that was always wild. Now, want to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. What's not free? Yeah, the membership. It's $1.99 a month. It's the price of a cheap cup of coffee once per month. And you get to hang out with me each and every single morning. It's a price of 6.6 cents per video. Oh, and I also want to thank everybody that came out to the auction last night. I really appreciate that. Whether you bid or didn't bid, your support was definitely awesome. I do appreciate it. Y'all have a great day. Stay cool out there to start to the week. You guys are awesome. And I hope you get to spend time with people you love and people who love you. Stacker out.